Alright guys, welcome back to the Cheap Trader channel. And it's been a wild week in the markets. And so we're going to go over what went down, and then we're going to also go over the game plan for this week. So first, let's do a quick recap. If you guys haven't been hearing the news, GameStop is now unfortunately down to $325. Now, GameStop, if you look at this 1 month ago, this stock was at $19, 17, 18, and a few months before that, it was just like $6. So what happened in GameStop is what we call a short squeeze. So in order for that to happen, we had a lot of big hedge funds, as you can see here, Melvin Capital being one of them. What these guys do, they would place a bet. They'll place a bet for a certain stock to go down. So let's recap here. So what happened at a certain point? Let's just say we were here at, let's just say we got to about $43. My timeline might be a little bit off, but the events are somewhat, relative to what happened. You had a lot of hedge funds that came in and short. Melvin Capital and Citron being two of the most notable. Citron came out with an entire piece saying that GameStop is worth $20 and it needs to go down. And once he did that, he put a lot of bets, a lot of money went in saying that, hey, if this stock goes down, these hedge fund guys are going to make a lot of money once the stock goes down. Okay, so they put their money in saying, hey, it's going to go down. Now, when you short in a stock, if the stock decides to go up, you have to buy back that stock at the higher price. And if you can't afford it, your broker will force you to add more money to your account, or they would liquidate your stock. So if you own like an Apple or a Tesla or something, they would force you to sell it in order to pay back that money. Because in order to short a stock, that you don't own the shares for this stock, you have to borrow it, and there's a borrowing fee. So when you're here, you say, I'm going to short GameStop because it's going to come back down to 20. You now have to borrow this stock from someone else that owns it, and there's a fee for that. So you're paying a borrow fee, you're hoping that it comes down. But if it goes here, now you have to cover your losses. So when the price you paid here at $65, now you're going to have to buy back the same stock here at $76. So for some reason, the short position on this was ridiculously high, right? If you go to stocks with, stocks with high short interests. Now these numbers have changed because of, some of these guys were able to get bailed out. So if you look at GameStop right now, there's a 121% short interest on it. Still pretty high. AMC's next at 78. Space, Bed Bath & Beyond. So this means there's a lot of people open for this thing to go down. When it does not go down, they have to buy to cover their shares. And GameStop is a perfect example of this, right? So these guys, they couldn't cover, they had to cover. So what happens? There's a bunch of guys, and here's the next piece to the puzzle. So on social media, a lot of people got together, started here with Reddit Wall Street, right? And these guys, they had their group, and they said, hey, we're going to keep GameStop up. We're going to keep GameStop and all these other stocks with a high short position up. And we're going to give it to these hedge fund guys, and we're going to make them lose. They've been screwing us all the time, and we want them to lose money. So these big hedge fund guys over here, we want them to lose. These guys here, we want to make sure they lose. We want to win. So these guys just kept buying the stock, and a lot of other people jumped in. Even I jumped in and got some GameStop calls at a certain point. And with that, these guys were forced to cover. So they had to keep buying back shares because these guys are in deep for a lot of money, millions of dollars. And at the same time, there was some millionaire people that came in and they was on the other side of the trade and they wanted it to go up. So a lot of money started to come in and started to push the stock up. So there you go. Boom. $371. So if you short this stock down here, you just blew up your own account. You just lost a lot of money, right? So now these guys are forced to cover. Now, the next thing what happened, Melvin Capital is now running out of money, right? He wants to stay in it. He took a loss of 53%, but he needed more money. So he ran out to this other company called, what is this? Citadel? So Citadel, yeah, what Citadel does is process orders. But they would also, I think they do other stuff too. So when you place an order in Robinhood, when you place an order in here for a stock, it goes through Citadel, which is a big market maker. Citadel went ahead and loaned money to Melvin, who was, where's Melvin at? Yeah, loaned money to Melvin, and Melvin was trying to bring GameStop down, was trying to short it. So he pretty much lost the money that he borrowed. Now, here's where it gets a bit more crazy. What was the last week? Thursday or so? Robinhood and these other platforms decided that they were going to no longer allow people to sell GME, no longer to let people buy. Let me correct that. Buy GME, AMC, and all these other stocks. Now, when that happened, that pretty much caused the stock to tank because there's no more buyers. We're locked out the market, and a few other brokers did this. Now, this really pissed a lot of people off. I was really pissed off at this, that I couldn't get back in GME. I was going to get back in AMC also, which I was in. AMC did pretty nice. I also got into Nokia and KD. I was literally going from one of these short squeezes to the next. Now, you locked me and a bunch of other people out from buying. And in doing so, it allowed the shorts to cover their position as the stock tank. Now, there's a lot of blowback on social media. This is really bad. Like, I was really pissed off at this move right here. Now, on the other side of this that you guys, let's go back here to what happened with Citadel. Citadel also processed the orders when you go through Robinhood. They loaned money to Melvin. I'm sure they wanted their money back. We don't know if they at some point interfered and got Robinhood to stop the trading so that they can try to rescue the short position. Again, that's up in the air. Also, keep in mind, whenever you, on the other side of these trades, if you're doing a call or put, right, look at the prices for these calls right here. The prices are so ridiculous. But at the same time, if I had 100 shares of GME and I went to do a covered call here, right? If I instantly, Robinhood would have to pay me 1,000. No, this is actually, oh yeah, that's what it is, right? So Robinhood would have to give me this money right here, right? This $1,193.73. Now, these are millions of people that's doing this. They got to front this cash. So Robinhood started to run out of cash also. So it's been a crazy situation. Other brokers also restrict the trade. We're kind of hoping that this week all this restriction is off. You know, another one that was restricted was Nokia. As you see, Nokia ended up tanking because people can't buy it. Same thing that happened with NKD. You know, BBY was the same thing. They've stopped people from buying it. At the same time, the big hedge funds people were allowed to sell their position. So the retail investors were locked out, and the big hedge funds were able to buy and also sell to cover their position and get saved and bailed out. So going into this week, let's make a game plan for what we think, some stuff that you might look at for a possible squeeze or run up. All right, so guys, GME, that's going to be on watch. So whatever GME does, right, AMC tends to follow. So if you see this chart here, and you see here, look at that, they're very similar, right? So if you see GameStop start taking off, AMC might be next. All right, don't just jump in right away. Proceed with caution, because you don't know if they're trying to halt or knock people out. We're gonna watch it and see how it goes. If you're just using Robinhood as a broker, get someone else. Get Webull, get another one. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. Like this, yeah. So you want to watch GME, that's the leader. Then watch AMC to see if it's gonna follow. Right? AMC has touched $20 in a pre-market session. It runs after hours and pre-market a lot more than sometimes during the day. So keep it on watch. Guys, I'm in this. I got in down here at around, I got in at $5, and before that I got in at around the $2 range. All right. So the next one you want to keep on watch is SLV. There's rumors that this might get another push. I don't know. Just keep it on watch. So you want to watch all of these just in case something starts to take off. The third one is IDEX, right? Now for this one, I'm still holding this. The buy zone is 380, 381, or if you can get 392 or 390s, it's good, because these are good support areas. This stock doesn't really dip past the 380. The lowest I've ever seen it go recently is 377. All right. Now, this is also a good stock for long term to hold. It's a really good company, and it's at a good price. So those are the buying areas you can load up on this. SLV, you're gonna watch this to see if there's a setup, if it's gonna take off. Again, these are just all on watch. AMC, I'm already in this from a lot cheaper, so I couldn't really tell you where is a good buy zone for this. But don't chase it and go up here. If you still want to get in, just watch, maybe see the $11, see if you get a bounce down there or something. But again, I can't really give you a good buy zone on this one. NKD, I honestly think this one is over. I don't think this is going to get another push, but again, you can keep it on watch. Nokia. Now, Nokia has earnings coming out in the next 2 weeks. So you can keep this on watch. You could kind of see wherever it finds some support down here. If earnings are good, this stock should have a nice little run up. It might even have a nice run up before earning, because usually stocks get a little run up before earnings. So if anything, you can probably grab some of this, ride it up before earnings, cash out and make a little profit. All right. So guys, that's pretty much our game plan that I'm putting you guys on watch for this week. See if we get some other pumps here. Hopefully these evil, manipulative Sidel and all these people don't try to screw us over and halt the trade and block people from actually purchasing the stock. Let the free market reign, because they literally got it handed to them. All right, guys, so happy trading. Keep these things on watch, and let's hope that we can catch another short squeeze, and do this again. Another honorable mention is BlackBerry. So BB is another one that ran up, that was in the short squeeze. I don't know what's going to happen with BB. I didn't trade it. I don't really know the range or what's on here right now. So I can't really give you analysis on this one at the time. But you can, possibly keep it on watch again. But I haven't seen this inside the list at all. I haven't seen anyone really mentioning that. All right, guys. So happy trading. Take care. Yep.